I don't mean to sound conceited or anything else like that. And truth be told, I've been through a lot. And that's not a joke. You don't even know. Seeing my life as Brian, this is just my vacation. This is not me. This is not the way what my life is. As Lucifer's star, my life was more epic, existential, lots of things. And my life is stretchy, or whatever. A long, long existence through space and time and everything else like that. And in the end, like I said, I went up against some very powerful, or supposedly powerful people, or whatever. Not exactly sure. And it's true. At one time, lots of men and women, the whole planet's worth, looked at me as basically like their son, for which they wanted a better future, best future possible, or they looked at me like I was their future or something. I'm not exactly sure how they felt about me. I wanted to know. I know they really cared about me, and I really cared about them. And trying not to hurt them, and trying to just explain that I am not exactly just a child. I mean, the truth is, well, a lot of truth. I could easily employ a whole planet or planets, and lots of things. I mean, basically, everything that the Empire or in Battlestar Galactica or the Star Wars, the Dark Emperor and all that. I'm basically him, pretty much, and well, I'm not him. Sorry, don't mean to say that I'm him in what I actually am. I am the actual and true person of flight, person of science, person of testing and of laws and rules, and basically the white empire, the white aircraft, white ships, white house, white Fort Knox, the white empire, Lucifer White Star Line, basically. Person of Belfast and all these epic projects on Earth and on other planets, in fact, and even with other life form types as well. Creator of many life forms and everything else like that, and person that built stars and planets and everything, and adapted or changed the human race to be what I felt was pleasing and attractive and something wonderful. And you were adapted by many others as well to match what I thought was attractive as well as what they thought was attractive. Like most Irishmen would say, we are a conglomerate. Where it's me, it's them, it's many people that would play a part in what everything was. I didn't have to, of course. I mean, I was the end as far as the board. I could overrule my Irish people and all kinds of other people, but I wouldn't, and I didn't. The only thing I overruled was basically like when the black people were security guards for Ireland, and were getting paid like 80% more than the Irish workers who were actually doing the work. I overruled that and said, no, that's not okay. Or something like that, or they came to me with a problem. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of things happened, and sometimes the Irish were better than me, or at least they were right and I was wrong. Sometimes, although not always. I don't know. It's complicated. Like I say, Thomas O'Brien was a really, really good man, I believe, who ran my shipyard perfectly until his death, and I was very proud of him and other people. Anyway, though, but basically, lots of people wished that I was their son, and lots of women and children looked up to me as basically someone great. And I tried to be that example, always. And also tried to bring silliness when all I saw was pain in existence. I wanted the world to be silly and happy, and and like I say, I thought if I could just get them to cheer up or smile or laugh for even 1 second, maybe their life wouldn't be so horrible. And doing things like Epcot Center and Disneyland and silly fun rides of no particular importance. Like I said, for thousands or trillions of years, I had basically done the most efficient light switch and the most efficient life form and the most efficient whatever. And like the most efficient car, the most efficient light source, the most efficient power plant, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to be different. I wanted to do something different. Everything I did was really efficient. And it's like, but there's more to life than efficiency. There's actually living and beauty and everything else. And I wanted to do something that looked beautiful, felt beautiful, was wonderful, not just efficient. So I wanted to do something different because I had done the most efficient this, the most whatever that. And so I wanted to do something fun and artistic, like gold light posts or silver light post. You know, um, horses that just went clickety clack and not particularly efficient or anything else like that. But it looks good and and it's artistic. Not just getting somewhere, but getting somewhere in style. So it's true. Many women fell in love with everything I was, and it's true at some points in time. Microchips, or not microchips, but implants were implanted into people, and at some points in time, it's possible I took over the human race or took over a planet or two. But like I said, I do not want to control people, nor do I want to control life forms. Controlling someone or lying to someone or fooling someone is not, it's not that hard to do that. But to actually have true, honest feelings, that's a little harder. So anyway, I'm tripping over my own words, I know. I used to be someone who would say it exactly perfect and exactly the right way and exactly the most understandable way possible. I'm not that anymore. Now I'm just Brian. And technically, this is just my vacation. Britannic! By the way, I love the Britannic. Thank you. Like I say, to those people who raise money or donated time and effort into building some of my ships, thank you so much. I really love it. I really love the fact that I had a couple ships that were dedicated in my honor and my name. Anyway, I would tell other people, I'd be like, well, it's my namesake. But it's more than my namesake. Lucifer Starline is just my vacation name, but just a company that I started in my name. And I was upset at them at first because they went to war and there was death and destruction because of my company. And then later on, like I say, I realized why. Because people in America or the United States or the Confederacy wanted to change the laws. They wanted to remove women's rights. They wanted to make it so women couldn't even go to the police. So they couldn't vote or have a bank account or a driver's license or even work. The women couldn't do anything. They had no rights and no privileges. They couldn't even own property. And they were doing this in my country of America. Trying to say that the people voted and this and that and that, or they had the authority or the right. Just like JFK or Jimmy Carter saying that they were pardoned for their crimes or something like that. It's like, I'm sorry, one president can't pardon the next president or whatever. He doesn't have that right. And in the end, like they would say, God will judge. Well, God, that's just saying basically the government in the future will judge, and that's not really true. I am the creator of the laws and the ultimate judge of people. They just thought, well, they would just get another judge. Everything's negotiable. Well, that's not exactly true. Not everything is negotiable. Some things aren't negotiable. So anyway. But I was talking about how women looked up to me and loved me. Everyone from my mom or Rosalie to my own sister maybe, I don't really know. Almost religious fanaticism. I'm not exactly sure. It's true, though, at some times, basically, I did say to some people, if you want them, you're going to have to go through me. Like I said, if someone was truly honest or truly just defending themselves or truly just living their life and were in the right and other people wanted to take them down, I would step forward and be like, well, you have to go through me to get to them. And I was a little hard to get through. With all my warships and all my aircraft, And I did defend women. I defended their rights. I defended their rights to vote. I defended their whatever. And even black people. when black people were going to be persecuted, and possibly rightfully so. I said, no, that's not all of them. You know? Anyway. And I don't believe in carrying what's called debt or whatever, or crimes against, forward to the children. Just because if someone's father did something does not necessarily mean the son will do the same. Maybe the father is a sick piece of shit, and he teaches his son to be a sick piece of shit too. I don't know. But there are many, many children where, their father was something, or their parents did something, and I said, no, it's not their fault. They were around, but they weren't involved. So therefore, and even the mothers, the women, maybe the women were at fault. Maybe the women did lie and convince their men to do stupid things. I don't know. I'm not sure. But usually the males seem to be the more dominant sex in time and space, whatever. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't really care. Like I say, these are just some of the things. I had much more detailed explanations of everything, and I'm just rambling. So you can know who I really was, who I really am. But this is just my vacation, like I say. I had decided, like I say, Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, lots of people wanted me to live or see the world through their eyes or contain their memories. And like I said no. I said, no, I do not have to live your life. I do not have to remember who you were or why you were. I don't want to, I don't have to have you inside of me or even have seen the world through your eyes or be in your bodies or feel anything that you feel. I have a choice, just like everybody else. So, and I didn't particularly want to feel her as the life drained from her eyes. And like I said, I screamed and said, "Get away from me, you sick psycho." Because he was sick. He thought just because he sat behind my desk, just because he had fooled everyone into thinking that he was a creator or someone epic, that he was me. And, I don't really know what his plan was or what he was doing, and I didn't care. He had lied. He had killed. He had stolen. He had covered this stuff up. All in the hopes that I would basically, sanctify him by possessing, by being inside of him for even a second or something. I said I merely only glossed over basically some of his memories and said, nope. He was one sick, sad, strange man. I don't know, maybe it was the power. I let him taste or feel what it was like to be me for a second or two. Just the smallest taste of what it is like to be epic. I don't know, he was sick. He was twisted. Yes, the feeling of being inside of people, of feeling thousands or trillions of life forms is intoxicating. And it feels very interesting to have that much control and power. But, it was something I was born with. Like I said, I came into existence being what I was. A computer epic, whatever. I came into existence with life form control and all that, or something, or whatever. Anyway, I had that kind of thing, and I just, it's how I interfaced with the real world. So, anyway, I had never actually been a person and then become that. It was literally the other way around. So. Anyway. And my quote is, "Get away from me, you sick psycho."